Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you.
He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Fairy bread dreams and a slang so sweet, he'll make you laugh right out of your seat. Maybe boxing kangaroos or chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Every lap, every cheer, every turn in the night, you gave dirt track racing its soul, its light. Not just a friend, your family too. Bob, this song is just for you. Here's to Bob, yeah, the legend we know, calling every slide, every wild show, from the land down under to the Knucklehead crew. Bob, tonight we race for you. From all of us here at Knuckleheadz Racing, thank you for every lap, every word, and every year you've given us. This one's for you, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you.
He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat.
right, BobbethTV is alive. You know what that means. We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. Doubleheader racing for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We're in October. That is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this round is doing it for the Tartars. We are all about supporting the boobs. So you'll notice a lot of the guys will have some new wraps out there on the track as we get down to the labels. Here we go. Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Dirt Street Stocks at USA International Speedway in Lakeland at USA for the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. We do have the KP Plumbing UMP Mods up next. Looks like 10 drivers registered. We've still got about 3 minutes of practice to go. So plenty of time for drivers to register. Chad Putabol has quick time 24.719. 24.820 for Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, 24.943. Then we've got Chris Sandridge, Brett Vanderwood, Dawson Potter, Mikey Mixter, Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel, and Mike Davis hasn't taken the track yet. Thank you for the like, Josh Roberts. Good luck out there, sir. We had the week off last week. BobbethTV had a rare holiday. I went to one of Australia's largest gaming expo, video game and tabletop expo. So that was amazingly fun. Big shout out to Shrub God for hosting me on that one. Putting up with my lazy ass. Sunday night in the States, Monday morning Australian. How's everyone's weekend? Brett Vanderwood in the YouTube chat. Let's go. Fifth quickest on the board, 25.130. Oh, no, race down. Hey, Vic, also in the YouTube. Welcome it back. Thank you. Missed you guys. It was a well-needed break, though. Definitely well-needed. Brian Angel Senior in the chat as well. Brent, thank you for welcoming me back from my holiday. Hello, Bob, says Brian Angel. Good luck out there tonight, sir. Where's that coffee? There it is. Chat group, I've still got quick time. Looks like the track has worn away enough that will be quick time for the time being. A reminder up first, the Dirt Street Stocks here at USA International, then we're off to Lucas Oil Speedway for the KP Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds. Back to our normal week of racing. Well, it looks like qualifying is up next. Let's see how they go. See if we can keep see if the boys are able to keep that similar pace. Alan Hunt and Wayne Bridges, first two guys out on the track. Thank you for the like, Dawson. Good luck out there today, sir. Excuse me. Alan Hunt, quick time 25 at 3.73, 25.417 for Mikey Mixter. Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel, 25.481 and 25.596 as our new quick time 25.274. Chris Standridge. What's this say, buddy? Your gameplay is super clean. TwitchCon's a spot where streamers grow their scene. Would like to link up and vibe sometime. Hit me on Discord. Super video. Yeah, no, I'm good, brother. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Well, we saw what goes on at TwitchCon. I don't want people to come up into me to just start trying to kiss me. Chris Standridge, still quick time 25.274, 25.302. Chad Putaball, Alan Hunt, 25.373. Oh, Chris Standridge, as you can see there, as I said, the head of the broadcast is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. Such a great cause. My mother beat breast cancer, fortunately, so yeah, definitely something that we take quite seriously. But as I said, I will support the boobs at any time. So this is our tartar round. We love the tartars, and we will support them as much as we can. Yes, I'm aware that's a double entendre. All right, heat one of our Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Dirt Street Stocks here at USA International Speedway for the Reece Monument. I really messed that saying up. I was going to say for the Reece Monument something, but we'll go for the Reece Monument Company, because that's what they're called. All right, Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt on that front row, Mike Davis and Josh Robertson on that second row, Jonathan Foxworth and Brett Vanderwood on that third and final row. Might take me a little bit to get back into the speed of things, guys. I apologise. Coffee needs a bit of sugar in it. Five laps. USA International Speedway is the host. Very long straightaways, some tight turns. This one's going to be a challenge. First heat, though, we don't expect too much. It's just going to follow the leader. Track really not going to be ripped up enough for it to be racy. But we'll have to wait and see. Callum McCallum, thank you for the share, brother. Appreciate you. So we've almost got a Mighty Ducks Flying V's line up there going on with the pace car as the head. Work for the Mighty Ducks. Let's see if it'll work for these boys. Alright, pace truck should leave the track here. We're going to get this one underway. Drops heat one underway. Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Brett Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth. Right, lap 3 of 5, the halfway mark of this Heat 1 heat race. Inside line to be decided. Outside line will be decided by the second heat race. Chris Standridge still in that beautiful pink car, as is Alan Hunt. Got the purple and pink, both supporting breast cancer awareness. Such an amazing cause. My two favourite things, people not having cancer and boobs. As we come down the backstretch for the second last time. Just on the inside of Chris Standridge. I don't know if he's going to get a run out of that inside line from there as we get the white flag lap. He does have one last shot at it, so let's see what he's got. As they come through 1 and 2, Chris looks quite comfortable there. Down this backstretch they'll come. Alan Hunt, Mike Davis, Josh Roberts, Brett Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth. There's the checkered flag. Let's get our results up. There we go. B-Mate Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth will finish in 6th. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood 5th. J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 4th. Mo Digging Mafias, Mike Davis 3rd. Alan Hunt in 2nd. But Outcast Racing's Chris Sanders will pick up the Heat 1 victory and the likely starting front row spot in the feature race here tonight. Grid for Heat 2, though, is going to be Chad Putterball, Mikey Mixer on that front row. Dawson Potter and Wayne Bridges second row. Third row is going to be Brian Angel and Kelly McKellen. Let's just jump over and have a quick look at the CAD chart points. See there that Alan Hunt and Travis McDonald. So Alan Hunt looks like he'll be going to the rear of field at the feature race here tonight, regardless of where he starts. Brandon Lockmore, thank you for the like and in the chat. Hey, y'all, how you guys doing? Watching from work, got a downwheel. Wish I was out there. We do wish you were out there too, brother, but we appreciate you coming along and checking it out anyway. Watching it via the broadcast. My sister's going to be coming by in just a moment to drop some stuff off for me, so I just have to run off and grab that, but I'll try to be as quick as possible. No, we appreciate the support. Outside line ramifications. Who's going to start on the front row alongside Chris Standridge. It'll be Chad Putterball, will it be Mikey Mixter, Wayne Bridges, Dawson Potter, Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel. Any one of these cars more than capable of getting that job done. Brendan asks how you've been. But I've been great, man. I've been really good. I had a week off last week. I went over to the mainland of Australia for PAX Australia for a gaming and for a gaming expo, 3-day gaming expo, and spent some time over there with a buddy of mine. I hadn't hung out with him for quite some time. So yeah, it was awesome. I'm doing great, man. How about you guys? How are you guys all doing? Good weekend? Fancy camps. Oh, it was super fun, man. An experience and a half. I went there thinking I was just going to check out all these awesome video games and stuff. I even said to my mate, "Oh, I'm going to do this racing sim. I'm going to do this racing sim. I want to play Rock Guitar Hero. I want to do this. I want to do that." And I spent most of my time in the tabletop section learning about board games and stuff. Oh, and that was so fun. Like, this place was awesome, man. I had so much good, and like just meeting random people, going to the bars and talking to just strangers. It was such a good time. Compliments galore. People love my beard and stuff. That was really good. Chad Puttable currently leading a heat 2 here. Dawson Potter in second with Mikey Mixter just back there behind him. Looks like the 92 of Wayne Bridges. Brian Angel, Kellen McKellen rounding out that back half of this field. White flag lap is here. So Chad Puttable looks like he's going to be the one lining up alongside Chris Sandridge on that front row. As we come into 3 and 4 for that last time for the heat racing for the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. If you do have me on Facebook, there are a couple of photos, not a lot. I'm not a big photo person, more of an experienced person. But yeah, a couple of photos of some good cosplay and stuff. All right, let's get to the results for Heat 2. All right, Callum McKellen, Modding Mafia in 6th place. Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws in 5th. Wayne Bridges 4th. Mikey Mixter in 3rd. K Charles Verio, Dawson Potter in 2nd, but Chad Puttable for DWR Dirt Warrior Racing is our Heat 2 victor. Front row started with Chris Sandridge. Let's get to the grid for this feature race. First of 2, Chris Sandridge and Chad Puttable front row. Alan Hunt and Dawson Potter 2nd row. Mike Davis and Mikey Mixter 3rd row. Josh Robertson, Wayne Bridges 4th row. 5th row is going to be Brent Vanderwood and Brian Angel. Yoda Outlaws teammates side by side. Jonathan Foxworth and Kelly McKellen will round out our final row as we get this one lined up and ready to start. G-Rod Xanadu, I'm special. You are special, G-Rod. But just for the audience at home, just tell us, why are you special, mate? For those of you that don't know G-Rod, let's find out why he's special. He does have one of my favourite 80s movies titles in his name, Xanadu, Living in John. Still love that movie when I was a kid. Xanadu. Never sing, Bob. Never sing. Sure it wasn't like a double feature. 30 laps, sort of a easy way into racing today. 12 cars, 30 laps, our first of 2 main events. This is the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks here at USA International Speedway. We're up next with the KP Plumbing UMP Mods. They'll be at Lucas Oil Speedway. We've got 2 races tomorrow, wrapping it up with a final race the day after. So we're coming up on the final 8 to 9 weeks of this competition. Those trucks are left of the track. Barney's going to wave that green flag, a red light up. We're off and racing 30 laps. USA International Speedway, Lakeland, USA. Chris Standridge, Dawson Potter, Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixon, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges, Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Brett Vanderwood, Kelly McKellen, Jonathan Foxworth, Chad Puttable. Looks like he had to take the EOL there. Along with Mad Dog, and look out that right window there. We can see the crowd. Sort of a few cars driving past as well as our caution comes out. Looks like we're going to get this one lined up, double file. Standard Dawson Potter, Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixer, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges, Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Brett Vanderwood, Chad Football, sorry, Jonathan and Foxworth and Kelly McKenna. I've just got to grab that. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Alright, sorry about that, as we get our latest caution out. So it looks like the boys just held the racing up for me anyway, which is good. Nice of them to do that. Alright, Thomas Dennis in the YouTube and Facebook chat. I'm good, sir. How are you? Don't forget to unmute your mic. I have not forgotten, Vic. I did forget, and I saw your note. Went just click, click. Oh, yep, there we go. Unmuted. And then tried to fly out as if I didn't. But here we are. Oh, my room is so messy. Alright, here we go. Jonathan Fox. No, that's not Jonathan Fox. That's going to be Chris Standish, Dawson Potter, Mikey Mixer and Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts and Mike Davis, Chad Football, Wayne Bridges, Jonathan Foxworth and Brett Vanderwood, Kelly McKellen and Brian Angel. We've still got 12 calves. Still got a lot of racing to go here. Truck's going to leave the track just here. Get this one back underway. Those you just tuning in, this is the Knuckleheadz iRacing at Leagues Racing, a week 5 of races over 3 days. We start off Sunday night American, Monday morning Australian with this one, the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Then we finish up with the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. Tomorrow we'll have the Waynesville Arse Racing Series, as well as the Schuler Racing Series. Then the Motor International Limited late models to wrap up our racing week. About 9-10 weeks of racing to go in this competition before we crown our champions. So still lots of racing for the day to go, lots of racing for the month and a half, 2 months to go. We go, oh, sorry, 2.5 months. We go all the way up until the end of December, I believe. Standard, Alan Hunt, Chad Football, Mikey Mixer, Mike Davis, the 5, Josh Roberts, Wayne Bridges, Dawson Potter, Jonathan Fox with Brett Vanderwood, the 10, Kelly McKellen and Brian Angel with the 11th and 12th placed cars. See a few guys at the back there struggling with a bit of the real estate availability. Say long straightaways here at Lakeland. And very tight turns. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth come unstuck there. Let's see if we can go back and have a look at what happened. Foxworth white and red car there, the 29. Comes in the 92, but front, the 8 just got into the rear a little bit as he was angled for that turn and turned him around. Bit of a racing deal. Alright, looks like currently single file. Pace truck hasn't left the track yet. So one more time around. They may line it back up in double file stages, but this is our, let's have a quick squiz. 1, 2, 3. It's only our third yellow within the first 6 laps. So look, it might be advantageous to go single file this start just to get it going again. But we'll have to wait and see. Looks like they are actually. Chris Dandridge, Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixter, Chad Ball, Josh Roberts the 5, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Callum McKellen, Brian Angel with the 10, Jonathan Foxworth and Brett Vanderwood the 11th and 12th drivers. Single file restart back under racing conditions. I had to change my camera start. Okay. Still Chris Dandridge, our racing leader, Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixter, Chad Football, Josh Roberts. We are doing it for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. The whole of October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But today is around and we're doing it for the Tartars. We are in support. We see a number of cars there with the breast cancer pin on there, some logos, some support, and could not think of a better cause. Personally been afflicted by it, not personally me, but my mother recently went through a couple of years back breast cancer scare. She's now in remission, so that's only possible by people supporting these sorts of things and donating and helping with cancer research. So like I said, the head of the broadcast, my two favourite things, people not having cancer and boobs. So what a great cause. There we see there on the third place chat football car, Save the Tartars. They are, yeah, life's most precious commodity. Ha! Oh, I'm an idiot. Race the lead, Alan Hunt, Kevin well, Mikey Mixter, Josh Roach, currently with the fourth place, Mikey Mixter there. Oh, big crash up the back we saw though. That one looked like it was Kelly McCallum. Yellow flag is going to come out. line up. Lap 9 of 30 through lap 10 of 30, our first third of this race. A bit hard to get underway. USA can be a tricky track though. Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt, Chad Football, Mikey Mixter, Josh Roberts, the top 5, Mike Davis. Michael Mad Dog Davis in 6th. Start that again. Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt, Chad Football, Mikey Mixter, Josh Roberts, the 5. Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Jonathan Foxworth, and Brian Angel, the 10. Brett Vanderwood and Kellen McKellen, 11 and 12. That coffee not yet fully kicked in. I do have a Red Bull in the fridge. I might have to go grab that early. All right, here we go again. Lap 10 of 30, our first third of this feature race action almost completed. As Chris Standridge continues his 10-lap lead here. Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt, Chad Football, the 3. Mike Mixer and Josh Roberts, 4th and 5th. Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Jonathan Foxworth, Brian Angel, Brett Vanderwood, Kellen McKellen, 6 to 12. Barrow Worm in the chat. Use those words, Bob. Got to get that early morning coffee fix, otherwise. It was look. Early morning subjective. Jesus. I can't even say the words I want to say. Oh my gosh! Welcome in, brother. For those of you just tuning in, this is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's start of their racing week. We're starting off with the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks here at USA International Speedway, Lakeland, USA. We're 13 laps into this 30-lap feature race. Still got one more main event to come after this one. That will be the KP Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds. They'll be taking place at Lucas Oil Speedway, which I believe is in Wheatland. Can't remember though. We'll find out. Standridge has led this from go to woe. Josh Roberts kept himself in the top 5. Mikey Mixter was up there in front of him. He's got past Mikey, pushed him back to 5th. And Mikey's looking to try and reclaim that spot while trying to hold off a charging Michael Mad Dog Davis. Halfway mark done and dusted, 15 laps in, still 15 to come for this 30-lap feature race at the USA International Speedway. Chris Standridge has built that lead up to about 7/100ths of a second, 7/10ths of a second, sorry. Chad Football a little over a second lead. Josh Roberts 2.7, 3 seconds total for the top 5. And Mikey Mixter and Michael Mad Dog Davis both trying to catch up with Josh Roberts up ahead of him there. Josh Roberts, the purple and black machine, just hitting that infield burn there as he comes in a bit low. Doesn't affect him too much, but we're going to keep that run happening. Mikey Mixter, Josh Roberts up ahead. Great view from Mad Dog's car. There's Mikey Mixter there. jump up to Mikey's car and have a look at the crowd, see how fast he is racing past them. Caution out. Let's check the telemetry, see if we can see where that might have been. So Wayne Bridges, Jonathan at Foxworth. There's Foxworth there, Bridges just behind him. As they come into a very dusty, foggy, cloudy, muddy, whatever section. Visibility low, contact is made. As we reset back up to the leaders, I'm just going to run to the fridge, grab my Red Bull. I'll be back in just one moment, folks. As the cars roll around the track, let's see how much wings this Red Bull is going to give me. Oh, that's a good crisp sound too. I'm not sure a couple of guys down low. I'm not sure if it's going to be a single file or double wide. I believe it'll be double single file just because the last few have already been single file. Lap 19 of 30 when we get underway, 12 still to come. So Chris Standridge will have the restart as he has had all race. Alan Hunt second, Chad Puttawal in third, fourth, Josh Robertson fifth, Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, Brett Venwood, Callum McKellen 6 to 10, Jonathan Foxworth and Wayne Bridges in that 11 and 12 spot. We are off and racing at lap 19 of 30. 12 still to come. Our first of two feature races. This is the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks of the KP. No, Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. The KP Plumbing Services UMP Mods up next. '21 of 30. Christina Stiller race leader. Alan Hunt, Chad Puttawal, Josh Roberts, Mikey Mixter the 5. Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, Brett Venwood, Callum McKellen, Jonathan Foxworth and Wayne Bridges the 6 to 12 as Mikey Mixter looks to make a move on Josh Roberts there. Michael Mad Dog Davis spots himself up behind Josh Roberts. I would have stayed behind Mikey Mixter. Looks like he was the quicker of the two drivers there. Looks like he's found that and gone back down. Josh Roberts very hard to beat on a high line. As we can see there, he's just keeping that car in that top 4 position quite well. So lap 25 about to start. Oh, the 44 got a bit high there. Caught in the wall, a little bit of a slowdown. Brian Angel almost collected him, but well done for Brian to avoid any major contact to keep it green. Boys have all settled into their lines here, barring any silly racing deals. We should be good. Should be running at home these final few laps. 4 to go. All 7 of Brian Angel got a bit loose. He's on the infield grass there near the wall. So he's been able to keep it heading in the right direction though. That's going down way too nice. 28 of 30, just 3 to go. We're going to jump up to the leader. I feel like that's enough there that we won't jinx him. And this is Josh Roberts currently in 4th. Chad Putterbob just ahead of him in 3rd. Alan Hunt is in 2nd, but that man right there, my beautiful face on his rear. As we get to 2 to go. All right, coming through 3 and 4 for the second last time actually. The last time will be this lap. White flag. We will have a finish for the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks here at USA International Speedway. Chris Standridge coming down that backstretch for the last time. He is going to get the checkered flag. He's going to secure the first feature victory for the day. Congratulations, Chris. Our Cast Racing getting it done. Teammates Brian Angel, Brett Vanderwood just getting to the line together there, crossing that finish line, finishing off this first of 2 feature races. Let's get to our results before we get on over to Chris and have a bit of a chat. All right, so Brett Vanderwood, Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel, also Yoda Outlaws, 12th and 11th. Wayne Bridges finished 10th. B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 9th. Mo Digging Mafia's Kellen McKellen in 8th. K-Char's very own Dawson Potter in 7th. Mo Digging Mafia teammate Mike Davis in 6th. Our top 5, Mikey Mixter. J&J Motorsports, Josh Robinson 4th. DWR's Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball in 3rd. Alan Hunt 2nd, but Outcasts Chris Standridge is our victor. Let's get over to the Discord. There we go. All right, already eager in the winning booth, doing it for the boobs. Chris Standridge, congratulations, brother. Good victory, man. Enjoyed the car. I had some trading paints issues the other week when we had one of those special rounds, and we were doing it for the Bob round. And it turned out my trading paints wasn't updating, so I got that updated and was able to see a lot of the pin-coloured cars, the cancer pins, and all of that support for breast cancer awareness. Or Save the Tartars, as it is technically known. Could not think of a better cause to have in a race. I said during the broadcast, my mother, about a year or 2 ago, recently went into remission from breast cancer. So it's one of those things that is near and dear to my heart. So always a big one. Any special reason for you, any motivation for you to go out there and win apart from just beating these guys? But you got out there in that heat 1 and really got it done. And then heat 2 in the feature. Obviously, we want to call the race. We want to talk about what's happening, but we don't want to give you a curse too much. But it looked like once you got that lead probably about half a second, 5/10, or more on Alan and those boys in third, fourth, and fifth, and it just looked like that was enough of some real estate, enough of a gap for you to really be just comfortable hitting your marks and just sort of start to extend that race out. A couple of the boys decided to take Josh on that high line. He was on the high line; they went low, so that I think also held the back 4 of that top 5 up. So you might want to sort of pass a bit of thanks to him for staying up there this race. But what was it like out there? Was the USA fast straightaways, very tight turns, so you really do have to set quickly and accurately. Was there any concern up front?
Bigger, do something different. If it was getting a little smaller, keep doing the same thing.
Yep. Just sort of stick it with it, and if not, go the other way. With the restarts at the start there, like with those first sort of say 10 laps, what was the restarts like? Were there any concerns? Were you just sort of just like, okay, that went well. Next time I'll just hit my marks like that. We should be fine.
I'm not very good at restarting in these. I don't know what the other guys do exactly. Like if I start in second, they'll take off. So I switched it up to third, and they still took off on me. I just happened to be lucky to be first place on the restarts there. Got to wait till the truck goes off the track before you can fire it, and it doesn't usually go off the track till you're already on the front stretch. So a little bit late on the starts, and I got a couple of good pushes from Alan the last couple of restarts. So it was what it was, and then just if you can just go down low, and then like the slider line was the best working thing. I just try to hit the moisture as much as possible. If the track had gotten any more slick, I'm pretty sure I would have fallen straight backwards. But it was just, I don't know, like I said, I just saw Alan's car kept getting smaller. So I'm like, well, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
That's it. Just hit your marks, do what you're doing, and everything should go in the direction it went in, and it sure did. In regards to restarts, a friend of mine, and he was very, very good at winning in dirt street stock, so I took his advice, and it did help me, whether it was placebo or not. But restarts, basically, always in fourth gear. Just treat it as a one train vehicle. Put it in fourth at the start. Don't take it out unless you really, really, really absolutely need to, which is very rare. And I found I've done so much better, like just restart, especially restarts, even starts of races, because you've got your rolling start. Fourth gear. It just seems to be the secret for the dirt street stock. So if anyone's listening and wants to try that out, do it.
If I'm in the middle or the back, I can usually do fourth, no problem, because it takes a moment for everybody to get going. But when you're up there at the front, anytime I've ever started in fourth, usually I just back up everybody behind me. So.
Look, it's and especially here at USA International, I've had the most amount of success I think at any track here with that strategy. And that is starting up first. Like I feel like I get up to speed quicker, I get into position faster, and don't need to worry about the drivers behind me. But definitely something to consider for some of the other guys. It's not something that everyone will be able to do, but certainly something to just to remember, just to try out and see if it does suit your style of racing. But you don't spin the wheels. You can jam that foot down as hard as you like. You're not going to spin it. And I find that it just gets up to third nicely before you get into that turn, and you're sort of set regardless. So just something to consider. It's something I've always practiced and always will practice. So I'm not giving away sort of tricks that I don't use myself. But no, definitely something to try, because as I say, I didn't believe it at first, and then it completely changed my street stock driving. So we'll see how they go. I've got the KP
back next week, so we'll
now we've got the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds up next. Lucas Oil Speedway. How do you feel you're going to go there?
Oh, we'll see. Everybody was already talking earlier. I guess they did that in officials this week, and it was a giant mess every time. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know if the officials are a great benchmark for that style of thing, but at the same time, they can give you a bit of an indication of what that track might be like. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But USA put on a bit of a cautious show as well, so we do expect that Sunday night. So it seems to be some of these tracks a little bit tricky with the combos, but we'll have to wait and see. That one's about to open up, so I'll let you go so you can get out there and get some practice in, my man. But before we do, friends, family, and sponsors always deserve a shout out for getting you here. Who do you need to say thanks for?
Shout out to the wife, of course, because she's awesome and she puts up with me, especially when I get mad and angry and walk away. But also shout out to John and Josh and Wayne, the man, they and all the other admins. But those guys really do a hell of a job of making this probably the most fun league around. So
Yeah. And just on a personal note, obviously people don't know this, but Chris just sent me a quick meme. He likes to make me laugh during the broadcast, however he can. And it's funnily enough, I heard that joke used yesterday of all days. Only it was in the context of asking someone about why the police were charging them for crashing their helicopter, and they said they didn't crash the helicopter. And they said, yeah, you did. You were too cold, so you turned the fan off. And yeah, so that's just between me and Chris. You guys don't need to know the context between that, but yeah, funny time in that. Must be a bit of a themey joke, that one.
I just when I see something like that, I'm like, Bob needs to see that.
Yep. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had some offensive Australian jokes thrown at me as well, Chris. So just
That's true. I was thinking about that the other day. I think I ran out. You guys you're only so offensive. So
before we turn it back on ourselves, and it's yeah. No, I can't say that word, Bob. I'm not allowed to.
You don't.
All right, I'm going to let you go before we get any more offensive, my man. Good luck with the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. We'll see you out there on Lucas Oil very soon, and we'll wish you all the best.
Thanks, Bob. Have a good one.
You too, brother. All right, that was Chris Standridge, our first of potentially 2 winners here today. We're at Lucas Oil for the next race, so we'll just cut over to our other screen while we load that one up, and we're back in about 5 minutes. All right, guys, stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you. He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Fairy bread dreams and a slang so sweet, he'll make you laugh right out of your seat. Maybe boxing kangaroos or chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob. All right, BobbethTV is back. I mentioned another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. We're ready for the Wheatland USA round of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's. I haven't changed what they call it, the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks, but no, this is the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. We forgot to switch over to the UMP info sheet. There we go. Looks like practice is up already, so we're going to go down to the track. We'll leave you with practice. And I'm going to take a short 5-minute break. We're back soon, guys. Enjoy practice.
All right, only about 2 more minutes of practice remain. Kent McLean has the quick time with a 14.539. Let's get those last and best times up. 14.545. Chap Football. Josh Roberts 14.560. That top three. So we've got 12 drivers registered for today's race here with the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. Here at where are we again? At Lucas Oil. Cowboy Rusty in the chat. Hey, BobbethTV, how are you, mate? I am good, Cowboy Rusty. My shoutouts aren't working at the moment, so go give Cowboy Rusty a follow. He's a fellow Twitch streamer, good guy, entertaining. Hangs out with some fun people. Getting close to wrapping this one up. We're going to switch on over to qualifying soon. Looks like it's going to be 2 heats of racing, inside outside lines to be decided. So just hydrating there, smashing some water. Make sure you get the water into you, folks. We got out here, Brett Vanderwood. Why isn't qualifying mode up? Why you're not qualifying mode? There we go. Wayne Bridges, Kelly McKellen, Dawson, Potter, Mike, Davis, all out on the track at the moment. At 141 is a quick time. Cam McLean, Josh Roberts, 15 at 309, 15 354 for Dawson Potter. Chad Puttable with a 15 at 363, 15 402 for Mike Mad Dog Davis. And we've got Alan Hunt, Kelly McKellen, Wayne Bridges, Chris Dennis, Mikey Mixter, Brett Vanderwood. Brian Angel, though, 15 285 is going to jump himself up into second. As we watch his run on our screens right now, looks to be a good mid to high run. 15.285 is his best time. 15.292 though was that previous one. There's Michael Mad Dog Davis in the pits. Okay. Let's do about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes of qualifying time to go. Not sure if there's going to be any more late joiners. But we'll just run this out a little bit, see how we go. Drive sober or get pulled over. Show me a 0. Save Mo lives. It's a good sign. Good sign. For those of you who might be tuning in late, this is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League Sunday night American, Monday morning Australian broadcast. We started off with the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. That was won by Chris Standridge. Now we're jumping on over to the KP Plumbing Services UMP Mods here at Lucas Oil Speedway for our second of 2 main events. Still got the Wayneswater Arse Racing Series tomorrow, the Shula Racing Series, as well as the Motorwear International Limited late models to come this week. All right, looks like they've wrapped that one up. We're going to get on over to the race, our first of 2 heats. It's going to be Ken McLean and Josh Roberts on the front row. Chad put a ball on Alan Hunt second. Got me that one. Wayne Bridges and Mikey Mixter on that third and final row. How does the fake jump scare me? What the heck? I mean, come on, Bob. Appreciate you, Devourworm. Keep me on my toes. So we see that license and already gives us a bit of an idea of quality of driver. Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, Chad Football, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Mikey mixed it over 3 lines of drivers. This is the way. Back to the racing. Let's go, says Devourworm as we get going. Looks like Mikey mixed. No, Alan Hunt had a bit of an issue after the start there. So did Chad Football. Quite sure what happened. Let's see what happened there. I reckon Alan and the 20 maybe come into contact. The 72 and the 20 on the middle rows there. Just a bit of a bum to nose. And it looked like Alan just got a bit of a whiff on the way through. Chad couldn't correct it in time. Came to a stop up in the wall there. Race trucks leaving the track. We're going to get this one back underway in just a moment. Get my telemetry all updated again. There we go. It's going to be green, white, checkered finish for heat 1 here. Just the 5 cars remain. Kent McLean, Josh Roberts front row, Wayne Bridges, Mike Mixter second, Alan Hunt on that third row. Chapel Box still in the pits. Ken got off to a good start there, gets that car up in front of Josh Roberts. Wayne Bridges comes screaming up the track there. Just realised we don't have a track map. Why don't we have a track map? Weird. Bit of contact there between the 92 and the 72. Nothing too crazy. The 13 Mikey Mixter gets into the 72 a little bit as well as the 92. They are beating and banging as we get to the checkered flag. Results are as follows. 6th place, Chapel Dirt Warrior Racing, Alan Hunt in 5th. Mikey Mitchell, Wayne Bridges 4th and 3rd. JJ Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 2nd. Ken McLean for BAM Motorsports, though, is our winner of Heat 1. Heat 2, starting to grid up now. Let's get down to the track. Brian Angel and Dawson Potter front row. Mike Davis, Callum McKellen second row. Third row is going to be Chris Standridge and Brent Vanderwood. So thirsty this morning. I've drunk a litre of water in the last 10 minutes. Heat 2, our final heat race of the day. Off we go. Brian Angel, Dawson, Potter, Michael Mad Dog Davis, Chris Standridge, Kelly McKellen, Brent Vanderwood. Brian Angel, Dawson, Potter had to run up high. Chris Standridge down that low, had to check up a bit. Mike Davis in front of him. Third, fourth, and 5th spot, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge, Brent Vanderwood, very tightly contested. Brian Angel and Dawson Potter battling for 1 and 2. Looks like Brian's got that slightly higher line than Dawson, so not so bad. Laps, 1.5 laps to go here, 1 lap to come. As Mike Davis, Chris Standridge still battling it quite hard for 3rd and 4th. You'd think that was 1st and 2nd right there, the way they're racing. That is just up ahead of the Brian Angel and Dawson. Potter, we're going to get up to that battle as they come through the turns of the final time. Our heat racing is done. Brian Angel holds on. Dawson Potter with the highest of high fives there. Okay, all right, let's get to the results for Heat 2 before we nick on over to our feature lineup, because I'm a little bit behind on that one. Here we go. Chris Standish from Outcast Racing in 6th. Modifieds Mafia's Kelly McKellen in 5th. Brett Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws in 4th. Mike Davis for Modifieds Mafia 3rd. K Charles Rental Spot 2nd. Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws is our winner. Let's get to the grid for this one quick as they start to roll out. It's going to be Ken McLean and Brian Angel front row. Josh Robertson door spot 2nd. 3rd row's Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis. 4th, Mikey Mixter and Brett Vanderwood. Alan Hunt, Kelly McKellen, sorry, on that 5th row. And Chad Puttable, Chris Damage on that 6th and final row. Ken McLean, Brian Angel, Dawn Spotted, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Brett Vanderwood, Kelly McKellen, Chad Puttable, Chris Damage, Alan Hunt. Looked like someone came off track there, but no yellow flag as of yet. As we get to lap 5 of 35, the KP Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds here at Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, USA. This is for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We started off the night with the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. That one was won by Chris Standridge, currently in 11th place. He's quite the driver of the UMP mods though, so we'll see how he goes as we ride along with Mikey Mixter back here in 7th. Looks like Alan Hunt has taken his race car to the pit, so just 11 cars on the field as we stand. Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Dawson Potter, and Michael Mad Dog Davis, the top 5. Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Brett Vanderwood, Chad Puttable, Chris Standridge, Kelly McKellen, Alan Hunt, the top 6 to 12. Cowboy Rusty is back. Welcome back, brother. We're almost at the halfway mark, about 5-6 laps to go as we race our way through the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. We've got the Wayneswater Arse Racing Series tomorrow. That's asphalt street stocks, as well as the Shula Racing Series wingless sprint variety cars. Finishing up the racing week with the Motor International Limited late models. Cowboy asks in Twitch, how you been? I'm good, man. I'm real good. It was nice to have a week off last week. Did miss it. Oh, the 13 jammed up into the wall. That's Mikey Mixter, but he keeps it straight. But it is good to be back to the racing. Full racing schedule this week. 5 races over 3 days. We're on to our second of our 5 races. Only 3 more to come over the next 2 days. So stay tuned. caution out 15 to 35 laps in. All right. Oh, just dealing with something while this caution was lining back up. And I forgot to reset the field. Josh Roberts, Ken McLean, Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis, Mikey Mixter, Brett Vanderwood, Chad Puttable, Chris Stevens, Kelly McKellen, and Alan Hunt. 12 cars at lap 19 of 35. Oh, drink too much water. That is not selling well. Of 35. Kevin McLean still our race leader. Josh Roberts about 7/10 behind him. Dawson Potter a second and a half. 2 seconds back is Brian Angel with Mike Davis. A little over 3 seconds. Chad Puttable, Mikey Mixter, Chris Stanley, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, Kelly McKellen, Alan Hunt, the 6-12. As we get to the about 11 laps, 12 laps remaining in this battle in today's broadcast. A little over an hour and a half in. Hope everyone's enjoying the racing. We had the week off last week. Bob had a well-deserved holiday as someone. I think Chris Standridge, Chris Standridge got slammed up into that wall. Bounced off someone in the middle part of the field. Let's check that out. A little high up towards the wall. Comes down off of it. A little bit of almost contact with 48 corrected. Came back down and just tapped the 48 again, Kelly McKellen, which just sent him careening it back up into that outfield wall. while they line this up, Bob's just going to go to Little BobbethTV's room, and he'll be back in just one moment. Right, they are back racing. Cam McLean, Josh Roberts, Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, Chad Putter the 5, Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, Callum McCallum the 10, Alan Hunt, and Chris Stanridge, the 11th and 12th drivers, as we've got 31 to 35 in. We are in the dying stages of this race. Like the 42, Josh Roberts, something happened there. Caution has come out, but nothing registered as a crash. Like about here, Chad and Josh racing side by side. There's the 42 and the 20. 42 got up into the wall a little bit, up into the wall a bit more, and just had to bring it up to a stop. To get that one off the wall. That's what brought out our latest caution. So it's going to be green, white, checkered finish for this one. And Kent hold on. Looks like it's going to be single file as well. Kent McLean, Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, Chad Putter by Mikey Mixer the 5, Mike Davis, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, Callum McCallum, and Josh Roberts the 10. 6 to 10 even. 11 to 12, Alan Hunt and Chris Standridge. We go. Laps 36 and 37 extended out to a 37 lap feature from 35 due to the caution. Kent McLean off to an amazing start there. The back three though, they're going to battle it. The back three, the middle three, second, third and fourth, battling it out hard. It's come through the final turns as Kent came so dangerously close to that infield tyre. That would have been heartache there. As we come through, sorry, that was 1 and 2 backstretch into 3 and 4. Now we'll get to the start finish line. Kent McLean is going to lock the victory in. As the high fives come through thick and fast. We'll get to our results. They are up already. 12th place, Chris Standridge, Outcast Racing. He was our winner for the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stock up first. Unfortunately, 12th place in the second race. The KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. Alan Hunt in 11th. J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts 10th. Kelly McKellen for Mo Digging Mafia in 9th. Wayne Bridges 8th. Mo Digging Mafia teammate Mike Davis in 7th. Yoda Outlaws, Brent Vanderwood in 6th. Mikey Mixter finished 5th with Chad Putterboff with Dirt Warrior Racing in 4th. KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 3rd. Yoda Outlaws teammate Brian Angel picked up 2nd place. But Kent McLean, BAM Motorsports driver, gets the victory. As we get his details up on our screen here. There we go. Let's get that interview channel open earlier this time, Bob. We missed the first little bit of Chris's interview. Apologies about that, Chris. All right, we're jumping into the winners booth with Kent McLean after a hard-fought 37 green flag laps once it was all said and done. He won Heat 1, Brian Angel won Heat 2, and that 1-2 battle was literally going to be it for the next 37 laps. But after a few restarts, Kent, you're able to hold on. In fact, I think your restarts were pretty much the key to that victory, especially that last one. As fast as you got off the line, you didn't catch them sleeping, but on screen it looked as if you caught them sleeping. Obviously, they were all just as quick, but you got off so fast. Were restarts the order of the night? Were they the thing that really kept you in that battle and sort of took half the work off of yourself in that regard in defence?
I mean, I really didn't want to see them. When I finally got my relative on, I realized how far out I was, and I was like, dang, I didn't want to see those. But once it went single file, I knew as long as I didn't hit a tractor tire, I should be in good shape. So.
Now, in saying that, just quickly, on that very last turn, I thought it was, into 1 and 2 to start that last lap. You did. You came so close. Do you realise how close you came to hitting that infield tire?
No, because I was on the brakes. I was like, oh no, I said it too early.
I'm looking at the tire right now on our screen, and oh my god, man! I was like, and I'm sure Brian Angel's in his head going, hit it, 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 and you must have had like a bit of paper, A4 paper, like gap between you and that tire. That was oh so close. But that's the sort of run we expect from you guys, where you'll use every bit of that track right down to the point where a lesser man possibly could go 50-50 coin flip either way. But you guys, you make it look a lot easier than it really is out there.
Yeah, so down low, I'll run it as close as I can to those tires. The last lap, going into the next to the last lap, I guess, going into 3 and 4, I wadded up. I didn't set my car up, and because I was already freaking out about what I just did in 1 and 2, and run off the track. And luckily, I had enough lead where I could gather it back up, and I was okay. But yeah, as soon as I did that, I was like, because I still, at one point, I thought Josh was still behind me until I looked at the relative, and I was like, where the heck Josh go?
Yeah,
so,
he got the wall. Didn't do too much damage, but it was enough of a grip on the wall for him to have to put the brakes on it and really sort of stop it, basically, to get it off the wall, unfortunately.
yeah, it was a fun race. Through this track, it is so racy where, there's multiple lines. I've just raced here enough that I know usually, not all the time, but you run low in 1 and 2 and high in 3 and 4, and that's usually the quickest way around here in these cars, and sometimes in the late models. So I knew that from racing late models here, and I was like, well, let me try it with the UMPs, and it worked out. So.
Yeah, well, I find that it's like, for me, I think obviously the late models and the UMPs or the modifieds drive a lot differently to each other, but I found a lot of success in, like with the late models, not getting them as angled, and with the UMPs, not keeping them as straight. There's sort of like a nice happy middle ground where you can set it a little bit, but still keep the car relatively in that nice forward sending direction. And I'm starting to find that there is a bit of a similarity. You can still throw, if you're going fast enough, you can set that thing as wide as you want and keep it going. But we did see in the race, especially this one, as well as the dirt street stocks earlier, that there is a momentum change. So you do need to make sure your relative's clear. You don't have anyone too close behind you, because the straighter they keep their car, the angled you get your car, the closer that gap's going to be as you come through the apex. And we saw that a little bit, but for the most part, I think you guys all drive. There's only so much skill you can sort of pass on, and I think you guys, some of the really good guys, or the really great guys, and then the good guys that are becoming really good to awesome drivers, I think that gap is becoming so thin now that there's not a lot of big difference in the style, which is sort of hurting everyone. In that race speed's always been fairly similar, and it's just getting even closer. I mean, we can see on the relative there that between first and 10th there was 3 seconds. But a lot of that was racing deals or from the cautions. When we had that green flag racing, no one could really sort of, they could gain on people. Like Brian could catch up to you, but he just didn't have anything to get past you. And likewise behind him, Dawson and Chad and Mikey, they were putting on a pretty good show. But there was never really, like, everyone was sort of so similar in style that it's kind of like those Heat 1 races where it was sort of just not intentional, but follow the leader just purely because they were the best lines to take.
Yeah, and of course we didn't have mirrors on tonight and on these, and so I couldn't see. Yeah, so that's what, John, he's still having internet issues, and I set up tonight, and I was like, you know what, we're not going to have mirrors, everybody, and but yeah, so I mean, it's good to take the mirrors off. I mean, it keeps everybody honest. And as long as you keep your relative on, if you're clear or not. Like I said, it just keeps everybody honest to drive good and drive clean, and it helps. But like I said, like I usually, like if I am leading, I get to look back and see them battling, and I'm like, whew, okay, keep battling, because like keep them occupied so I can carry on with the win. But yeah, all these guys are getting faster. I mean, we do share information. Like anytime I've helped a few guys, they get wheels like mine or whatever, I'll help them. I'll set them up just like mine.
Yeah.
And like I've told a few of them, I'm like, dude, just go back and watch replays. Like I say every time, just listen to the motor, look how they're entering, and then remember that. So when you come back to that track, you know what to expect or what to do. If the track, ends up being the same as what it was the race before, you raced it. So, I mean, it helps a lot. That's what helped me the most was watching replays and of the guys that were beating me, and that it makes you faster.
Yeah, and we know that your name has been mentioned a lot as well now that people can see the so I'm just having some overlay issues on my system trying to make sure there we go. That that a lot of people, you're one of the people that people watch. Josh Roberts has sort of tried to up his low line game because of some of your racing styles on some of the tracks, and we see that sort of flow on effect. And that's what I mean by it's one thing to share information with another driver. It's one thing to sort of go, oh, hey, you've got this wheel, do this, set this way, put this, your force feedback on here or on auto and do this, and it'll sort of go through. But it's another thing that, there's other guys that's, not to this is not specific, but, you'll have Dawson sort of learning from Josh, you'll have Chad learning from Brian, Mikey picking up things from Brent, and everyone sort of grabbing things from everyone. It's not one person we're all learning from. It's everyone's picking something up, and it's just making that competition. We could run this race 5 times, and that top 12 would be different each time. It's that good a field. So, congratulations, man. We've still got 3 more races to go for the racing week. Wayne's World Racing Series tomorrow. Asphalt Street Stock. I did have it in my head as to where we were going, and I forgot it already. It was Kokomo. That's it. Kokomo tomorrow for that one. In a bomber race style, with the non-wing Schuler Racing Series up after that. That will be, I think, non-wing 360s. Yes, at Lanier. So that way, they're going to be some racy races tomorrow. Wrapping it up with the Motor International Limited late models for the end of the racing week. Now, let me just double check. No, the scheduling change hasn't affected anything coming up soon. February. So still some good at racing to come. How do you feel? How are you feeling tomorrow with the R series and the non-wings? Good mix of different cars.
I hope I make the non-wing. I know I'm not going to make the S series, but
softball.
Yeah. Well, it may be volleyball.
Or volleyball. It'll be a ball type sport.
Yeah. So she's wearing me out on sports right now, but yeah. But Monday and Tuesday we have volleyball, and then Thursday softball, and of course the weekends. So hopefully I can make the non-wing, because those are, besides these UMPs, those are my favorite cars. The non-wing big cars, and the midget. But it'll definitely be, even if I'm not there, it'll be a great race. I run a couple laps setting the race up, and it's gonna be fun for sure. They're not a handful at that track. That track's a really basically user friendly track.
Yeah, quite racy, manageable track. Good.
Yeah, there'll be multiple lines, so that'll put on a really good show.
Yeah, no, awesome. No, we're looking forward to that. If we don't have you on the tracks, we know we'll have you in the stands. And best of luck to your daughter. Not that she needs it. The McLean family, quite a winning family, getting it done all the time. So no, look, it's safe. If you're not on the track winning, off living vicariously through the daughter, which can be quite exhausting. I know that, living through my son. He's a pro basketballer, wants to go to the NBA and be a big megastar. And oh my God, keeping up with his timetable of sports. I think if he hears about a pickup game, he's involved. So it's like, it's bad enough all the rostered stuff, and then it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm playing for the under 25s this week for university, or I'm doing this for this team this week, or I'm coaching this under 12 girls league. It's like, it's good that they're involved, and I love it. But come on, it's try and schedule
That's
it
a lot.
around our stuff. All right, my man. Look, we've spoken a little bit about them, friends, family, and sponsors, but obviously always good to give thanks for letting us do our stuff that we do and getting us where we need to be. Who do you need to give a shout out for everything that you get done?
Like always, the wife and kids for letting me do this. KHR, all the admins at Knuckleheadz, KP Plumbing Services, you Bob for the awesome broadcast. So, and John, Bam Motorsports, my teammate. So that's about it.
Nah, excellent, man. Well, look, congratulations. As I say, if we don't see you on the screens, we'll see you in the stands. But for the races we do get you for, I wish you all the best. We'll have you back in the booth anytime you can be here. But until then, best of luck with everything you do.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, mate. Bye. All right, that was Ken McLean. We had two winners here tonight. We had Chris Standridge winning the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks, and Chris Standridge winning the Cape. Oh my God, the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks were won by Chris Standridge. KP Plumbing, UMP Mods were taken out by Kent McLean. There we go, Bob. Get the job done. We'll be back again tomorrow night. But before we do, let's see, what do we got Twitch-wise? We've got 3 viewers in our Twitch chat, so we'll put with a total of, about 7? So we've got a few people on some of the other side of things. So look, if you do want to jump over to the Twitch sides of things, I'll just put that name in the chat. Oh my God, the chat, twitch.tv/BobbethTV. What we're going to do is just going to quickly raid out. We'll see if someone's online on our Twitch sort of friends and family, and it's sort of customary to try and raid out to some of those people and go from there. Jerdman looks like he's playing Arc Raiders, which is in playtest. I know that because I got offered to check it out, but I haven't checked it out yet.
I mean,
We'll mute him before we get over there. Who else we got? Bill Miller's Ducks, only got a few. Signature Sports, Esports is out there doing his thing. Oh my gosh! Is this Cruising USA? It is. Let's go check this out. All right, we're going to jump on over to Billy Miller's Duck, who's doing some racing. Over here. So, yeah, thanks for coming out, guys. Thank you, Devara Worm. Who else? We've got Cowboy Rusty. I think there was Thomas Dennis, G-Rod Xanadu, Alan Hunt, Brandon Lockmore, Brian Angel Sr., Shameful She, Thomas Dennis again, Brandon Lockmore once more, Kelly McKellen, Dawson, Potter, Josh Roberts, Grinning Eagle 63. Thank you all for the follows, the likes, the shares, the interaction in the chat. We'll be back again at the same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. Let's go check out some old school racing games with Bill Miller's Duck.